Right, the second half of this video looks at who the Faroese clubs have been drawn against in Europe for next season, and if you're here for that, please put your fingers in your ears and hum your favourite song until you see this picture, because we have to talk internationals, and rather, how disappointingly they're going. The Faroes have never won 3 home games in a row, but went into the game against Czech Republic off the back of 2 home wins, looking for a history-making third, but they'd lost the last 4 games all away, including a 5-0 friendly defeat to the Czech Republic. In fact, in the 5 games the Faroe Islands have played against the Czech Republic, they've lost every one and not scored a single goal. But the Czechs could only draw 0-0 with Moldova in their last game, so either confidence would be low or they'd be fired up ready to right the wrong, and after just 15 minutes we got our answer as Sparta Prague's Ladislav Krejci put the away team 1-up. Just a minute before half-time, FC20's Václav Černý got a crucial and excellent second. Hopes of a second half turnaround looked a little out of reach and were put further out of reach when the Czechs scored a third, and it was that man again, Václav Černý. 3 of his 4 international goals have come against the Faroe Islands after he opened his account last year in that 5-0 friendly win. I am already sick of him. Still, that match was always going to be difficult. Just 3 days later, Albania rocked up to Torsvola, who had just beaten Moldova and as a result put the Faroe Islands bottom of the table. Manager Håkan Eriksson went a bit more attacking with this lineup, presumably thinking that these opponents were the better chance of points, as indeed were probably most of the crowd. Things almost went very badly wrong when Albania had the ball in the net in under a minute, but it was flagged offside. No such luck 20 minutes later though, as Sassuolo's Nedim Bajrami, fresh from scoring his first international goal against Moldova, scored his second international goal in 3 days. It was almost worse, but Teitur Gesson saved a penalty down low to keep the score down, and then, on the stroke of half-time, Skansen had another reason to cheer as an equaliser landed in the back of the net. Edmundson's excellent ball in was met by the head of Klaksvík's Oddmar Ferre, his second international goal following another equaliser against Latvia back in 2020. Just a few minutes into the second half, and then for the 3rd time in 2 games, the Faroes were beaten by a world-class shot from outside the box, this time Christian Aslani, showing off exactly why he plays for Inter Milan. Bit unfair, I think, showing up with a Champions League runner-up in your squad, but whatever. In going forward for another equaliser, Albania broke back and Legia Warsaw's Ernest Mucci scored his first international goal to put the result beyond doubt. What it all means is that the Faroe Islands have just 1 point from their first 3 games. Interestingly, Poland are above them on 3 points, and they let a 2-0 lead slip to Moldova, surprisingly losing 3-2, so maybe we could do something similar. But we need to find a way to score more than 1 goal a match. We haven't hit 2 since we beat Turkey last September. Poland and Moldova are the next matches in the calendar, away in Poland on the 7th of September, and then we're back at Torsvola on the 10th for the visit of Moldova. Right, enough of that was upsetting. As promised, let's discuss how our domestic teams line up in Europe. Klaksvík are the sole Faroese representatives in the Champions League, and they've been given a rather daunting task in the first qualifying round. It's a trip to Hungary to play Ferencváros, who have a European title to their name. They won the Intercities Fairs Cup in 1965, the predecessor to what is now the Europa League, beating Juventus in the final. Ferencváros qualified to the Champions League after winning their 34th league title last season, and have never played a Faroese team before. They will make their first visit to the island for the first leg in mid-July, before Klaksvík make their long flight in the opposite direction the week after. It's going to be a tricky one, but if Klaksvík pull off a magic trick and do win, they'll be up against either BK Häcken from Sweden or the New Saints from Wales. If they lose, they will play the losers of Shamrock Rovers of Ireland or whoever wins the preliminary round, which could be Icelandic side Breiðablik. There's 3 more Faroese teams in the Conference League, starting with HB, who will be making a trip to Northern Ireland to play Derry City, who actually play in the Republic of Ireland League. The reasons for this are troubling and probably best not explored here. Just like Ferencváros, Derry have never visited the Faroe Islands in European competition before, and in 6 European campaigns in 10 years, they've only won 1 tie. Last year they went out at this stage to Riga FC. I've talked a lot in the past about HB's dismal European record, so they'll be looking to do something about it this year against last year's Irish League runners-up. And if HB do get past Derry, they'll go to Finland to play KUPS or KUPS. Torsaw neighbours B36 will fly in the opposite direction over to Estonia to play Paide Linnemiskond. Maybe. A team that were only founded in 2004 reached the top flight in 2009, and this will be their 4th consecutive year in Europe. They had a curious campaign in the Conference League last year where they played 6 matches but only won 1. They beat Dinamo Tbilisi 3-2 in one leg, then lost the second 2-1, 4-4 on aggregate, and they won on penalties. In the second qualifying round they played out 2 0-0 draws with Arat Armenia, again winning on penalties, and then lost both legs against Anderlecht in the third round. So they have a bit of a habit of grinding out a result and winning it on penalties, so it might be trickier than B36 realise. If B36 do win, they will go to either North Macedonia to play Skendia or Wales to play Haverfordwest County. Vorchinga have been drawn against Interclub de Scaur. Oh, that name rings a bell. Why is that? Oh yes, I did a video on them a couple of years ago, that's right, because they dumped HB out the Champions League preliminary round. A 1-0 win was enough to send the Andorran side through to the final. A chance for Vorchinga to right that wrong, and if they do get past Interclub, they will go to Easter Road in Scotland to play Hibernian. Let's see if we can get all the teams over this tricky first hurdle. Thanks for watching, as usual. I hope this is still informative and interesting and edutainmenty, and I'll see you next time maybe.